I am Skilla, and this is Nerd Stuff with Skilla, and today I'm going to talk about Marvel's The Inhumans Episode 6, called The Gentleman's Name is Gorgon. Now, I'm sure that's some sort of comic book reference, but I don't know it. If you have not been masochistic enough to be caught up on Inhumans and would like to be before I spoil some things for you, go do that. If you don't really care about spoilers because this show is garbage, then maybe just stick around and watch this video. What's it gonna hurt? You're not missing anything by missing the show. The first part of this episode is Maximus having a dream that the royal family comes back and kills him, and then he wakes up because he's fallen asleep on the throne. Then we find out that Bitchfed is back. Crystal and Dave have worn out Lockjaw by going on sexy beachside escapades instead of trying to find her family. Bitchvet is being her Bitchvet self and decides that she's going to take a picture of Crystal, and Crystal shoots a fireball at her phone, and then Bitchvet runs away to go get the cops, and she tells the cops there's an alien lady and an alien dog in a barn in the woods. And they believe her. While she's away, Crystal decides that it's a good idea to actually set out a signal for her family by creating lightning. It's an idea that could have saved us her entire arc. We could have just done without all of the stupid shit we had to watch with Bitchvet and Dave and just had her go up to the top of a hill and made some lightning. It's almost as though they wanted to stretch it out to make more episodes just to punish us. That's how simple the solution to this problem was. So the family finds her, and Medusa's like, you trust a human now? And she's acting like she's all upset about Crystal being nice to a human, even though she's got her own human who she's nice to. And Black Bolt's found some humans that he's been nice to, and Karnak has found some humans, and Gorgon has found some humans, and everybody has found some humans that are nice. So why is it so messed up that Crystal found a human? But luckily, her character only thinks to be a dick about it for about 30 seconds, and then she's like, oh, never mind, let's go back to Dave's barn. They go back to Dave's barn, and as soon as they get there and they're inside, Bitchvet comes back with the cops, and they're like, I want to see an alien dog. And so the family has to portal away. They portal to the place where Karnak and Gorgon are, and then Louise has to pretend that she's in a relationship with Dave, and that Bitchvet is just acting on her jealousy of Dave's ability to move on, and that's pretty much the truth. Medusa's character seems decidedly different this episode than she has in previous episodes. She's a little more cheeky. She probably would have been a lot more fun to watch throughout this series if she had been cheeky the whole time, and she wasn't. Louise realizes that she can figure out where in Hawaii, as she says it, because we need to be reminded of where this show takes place. She says, instead of on the island or where, period, she landed, she's like, where in Hawaii? Oh, I've got an idea, because every one of my lines has to be delivered with a stutter to prove that I'm an awkward person instead of a pretty lady with glasses on. So annoying! And she's not the only character in the show who does this. Tybor's always like, stammering and shit. Like, Karnak does the same thing. Several of the characters in the show have this annoying little stammer that they throw in, as though they forgot how to be like people actors and are trying to remember what it's like to be a people actor. So people are imperfect, so they've got to throw in really awkward and not believable stammers into every single thing that they say. It's another solution that could have ended all of this nonsense way sooner. But it doesn't even matter. Like, they start driving in the direction of Crystal, but then Crystal sends up this lightning, and they're like, oh, there she is. They could have seen that from just about anywhere, I'm sure, since it took them, 20 seconds to drive in her direction. Oh, the lightning. Wish she'd done that yesterday. We find out that Black Bolt wants to kill Maximus, and Medusa doesn't want to kill Maximus, and oh, the turmoil. Sometime while she's been walking around in the woods with the royal family, Louise has found the time to repair alien technology that she's never interacted with and fixed Locus's comlink that Black Bolt crushed in his hands earlier. Auron calls Locus's little comlink thing and she's like, let's have a meeting. Black Bolt sends Karnak and Gorgon to go deal with that bitch while they go off to have a little get together in Dave's barn. Auron has just gotten a bunch of extra troops that are actually just people from the mines. One of them is Future Sight Kids. His name's Bronaja. His father is one of the people, and I guess that adds stakes to it or makes Bronaja want to help Maximus more in the long run, I guess. Karnak and Gorgon go in and they have some confrontations and they talk to Mortis a little bit and they use wit to try and get past them, but Karnak just walks up to the lab that they are all sitting in, and Auron's like, I could shoot him, but I shouldn't. It's part of his plan. There's no way it's that easy. But the whole time it was that easy. So Karnak's just walking up to her, don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. And she could have just shot him. And the only reason why she didn't shoot him is because she thought that maybe something bad would happen to her if she shot him. And then they have a discussion with Mortis, and Mortis blows a big chunk in the building and kills Gorgon. Don't really care. Tybor tells Maximus that there's a group of people who are trying to assassinate him because he thinks that'll help him assassinate him, I guess. Maximus doesn't believe him. Maximus goes to Future Sight Kid, aka Bronaja, and touches him all forceful like. And Bronaja has his little freak out moment and lies to Maximus about whether Tybor is trustworthy or not. Later on we see Maximus slit Tybor's throat in front of a bunch of people. He's got all of the guys who are in on trying to assassinate him in the room, and he has them all taken away, I think. I don't think he killed them right then and there. Now, I'm kind of done with Maximus in general. I guess I have been, but I'm pretty sure he's been directed to blink as infrequently as possible. So in this episode, when he's talking to Bronaja face to face, you can see this big wallop of a tear trying to come out of his eyeball because he's standing there like this through every single scene of every single episode with his eyes as wide as they could possibly go. And that's got to be really straining, and I would be really annoyed with this director, and I would probably give a shitty performance too, because there are a lot of really shitty performances in this show. And I just want to give him a pass because he's worked with good directors before, and now he's in this situation. So maybe he's acting really badly because he understands how god-awful the show's going to end up being, and that's the excuse that I have for him, because I think he's a good actor. If he chose to act shittily because he got a garbage script that he had signed a contract to perform, I have no qualms with that. If he's giving a shitty performance because he forgot how to act in the last year or so, that's a little less forgivable, but I really don't think that's the case. I feel like he's losing his accent some more in this episode too, which is weird because I thought he was really solid on it for an episode or two. In this episode, there's a lot of weird R's and L's that are thrown in there from his actual accent. There's a flashback near the end of the episode where Gorgon is training Maximus and Karnak's in the room, and Gorgon and Maximus are both kind of assholes, and Karnak just is dismissive of Maximus's bad behavior, and that's pretty much it. And it just makes me dislike Maximus as a character. I mean, not like a healthy loathing of a villain, but just dislike his character a little bit more, and I dislike Gorgon a little bit more. I really did not care at all when Gorgon died, because he's not interesting. He's a little bit fun, but we only get snippets of him being fun. He's not consistently fun throughout the whole show. He's fun sometimes in flashbacks, and he was fun for a couple of seconds at the beginning of the show, and his character is just not well fleshed out. He's just dumb, stupid, and poorly written, like everyone in this show. Ugh. Comment down below if you think I'm full of shit and that The Inhumans is a great show, or if you agree with me. Make sure to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to hear about more nerdy stuff from me. And as always, thank you so much for watching.